Yeah. Thanks again for tuning in, everybody. This is the best podcast in the 815. This is Beyond the Cube. I am Bob. With me, as always, is Vincent. Vince, what's up, man? What's going on?
Oh man, you know the usual. Lots and lots of everything. I know, was it yesterday I had writing group for the first time in almost 2 months. So that was a trip and a half, really. Like there was we basically had like a segment where we kind of like covered everything like from like writing happenings in the area. And that took about like 45 minutes on its own. So not that long of a recap here though. I mean, it's just been what was it, like 4 days now? 5 days now?
Yeah, yeah, it's been quite a few days. It's been the longest that we've gone, really, since in between recording for sure.
Yeah, that's true. Man, I can't even I don't know. Glad I remember how to do this though.
I know we're
So
gonna be rusty. We had major malfunctions. I was bouncing in and out of the rooms, and yeah, it was it's like, man, are we ever gonna get this thing going? Just kidding, no. But yeah, it's been quite a few days, dude. So for me, like, I kind of feel like not a whole lot really has been going on, but at the same time, I guess sort of a lot has really. Um, a lot of the my side projects that I'm doing are pretty much really close to being done, man. It's weird. Like I get the feeling where like, it's like, okay, it's cool, it's nice to kind of have a couple days off, and then like immediately I'm just like, I'm looking for something to do. I'm like, man, I should totally be working or doing something right now. So um there is a chance. I'm so I'm really excited about this well, it's not dumb, but this awesome idea that me and Josiah have. I'm not really ready to shed a whole lot of information about it, but Josiah of Settling Houses, he is the mastermind behind the intro. And are we gonna do that thing for this one or no? Not just yet. Yeah,
yeah. We're
for
gonna
oh
have a
gosh,
new outro
nice.
here.
Oh
So I
my
mean, you're
gosh,
gonna have
it
to stick
is.
around for that one.
You have to absolutely, if you're starting it, you got to finish it. From there's you're taking that oath right now that you are gonna listen to this one, no matter how long it is, no matter how terrible it is, how rusty we are. You're sticking through this one because the song at the end of this one is. I heard it like I couldn't stop listening to it, dude. I played it.
Same.
I swear, like when he sent it, I felt like I listened to it about like 100 times.
I think I listened to it like 5 times when he first sent it over, and I got back from lunch and I saw that I had like a new message on Skype. I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. And it's like I played it, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. And then it's like played it again, and I'm like, and then I'm straight on Skype trying to message you, but I see that you're not there, and I'm like, oh, I was like, I wish you were sharing in this glory. And then I didn't want to give it away too much. I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm just gonna kind of stay cool and just be like, hey, it's like maybe you should check Skype, and see just. And then he sends us the one version, which is a shortened version, and then he sends us the extended one. And the extended one, that is definitely the one that is making the air here because it is just too amazing. I could not even get over it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so Settling Houses, one who does the intro and outro for us. Man, just straight fire.
I was a little bit jealous that you got the message and you got to hear it first, um, and I got to hear the extended one first before you though, and
Yep.
dude, I think I heard it probably 5 times before you got to your desk. I was like, dude, you got to like this right here, this right here is like, so
Well, it's
I
like I knew it
anyways.
too. As soon as I sat down, you're like, you gotta listen. It's like he just sent this to you. It's like, who else were you sending this to?
I was like, we got to. I was like, I don't really care right now. Like, it's the yeah, we got to.
and
It's
it
it.
and it was crazy because for real, we were just talking like literally the night before. This is how it all started, Was it's like I was actually, so the weirdest thing is like I was listening to like basically like WWE like wrestler like intro music as I was like working on projects. Like I was putting stuff up on eBay and I was like doing a little writing. And so I'm listening to these songs and I come across like one song and I'm like, wow, I was like, it'd be pretty sick to have like an intro like that. And so I think I sent it over to you, Bob, and I was like, dude, I was like, new intro. And then I know we had talked about that a little, and it's kind of funny because it's like after we were talking about it, like I was kind of laughing about it, and that's when you're like, "Do you want me to ask him?" And I was like, "Dude, I was like, I can't even because I was still dying." and then it's like I was like, I don't even know. I was like, I can't. And you're like, "Well, too late. I already did it." I'm like, all right. I was like, that's fine. Let's do this. So I did not expect to have something the next day too. And man, that quality too, like for real,
Dude.
it was. Yeah, like I don't know. Sorry, I can't. Just even thinking about it, I'm like, man, I'm like, it's so awesome. It's like, can't wait for people to hear it.
Man, dude, I'm telling you, I'm leaving a review on Google for selling houses. 5 stars. Quick turnaround and great customer service. I like, it's one of those kind of things where like I think of this and I'm just like, okay, man, like, so this is, no rush on this. So when I say no rush, I'm typically thinking like, in a week would be cool, whatever.
Yeah.
If not a week, touch base, and if we need to give you more time, hey, I'm cool, no worries. That's legit. Let me know what's going on. But like it was literally next day, which and I was like, dude, seriously. And so, man, so based off of the outro, it I was like, dude, I'm so inspired. Like there's so many things that could spawn from this. So yeah, that might be a little clue as to possible side projects. So stay tuned on that.
Yeah.
I'll release more details as they kind of come along.
Well, what's cool is like man, he has such like the styles, man. Like the two, like basically like the intro that you have now, like we do have an extended version of that, which is like the intro and outro that we like currently have on the past episodes were the same. Like it was actually based off the same song that you kind of put together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like thinking of that style and then what you're going to be hearing, like two totally different styles, and it's like I don't know. Just that speaking, just even Josiah himself, like the range that he's like capable of. So
he totally outdid himself on this one, man. Completely knocked it out of the park. I'm gonna want to hear the remix. We're gonna want to hear, the remix featuring Dr. Leo Babowski, also Rambo Stallone. I can't wait. I cannot wait for it. It's gonna be amazing.
No, for sure. And man, just the lyrics all being like really like all 815. And man, I can't even like you
we
definitely have
should.
to
You know what? We should just end it now, right? Let's just end it now and just play. That's it. It's done. Good night. See ya.
Well, yeah. Well. Anyway.
But yeah.
We have a little while longer here.
Just a little bit more, yeah. Just kidding. No, we're back. So it's what's the date today, dude? The 20th?
Oh man, I don't even know what today is, dude.
Gosh.
Yes, it is
Usually
the 20th.
I do the whole. There it is. Okay. February 20th, 2019, Beyond the Cube podcast.
Best podcast.
So yeah.
Best podcast in the 815.
That's right.
Look it up. No, I'm just like
Google it. Don't Google it. Just kidding. So dude, so also something really cool that happened today that I feel like I want to talk about because also it kind of ties into something else is the Ivy Boys. We had Briz Blue on a couple of podcasts ago, which once again, if you are a Cubs fan, which you likely are unless you're Nathan or you're Zach or you're Trisha, if you're or Katie. Also, I forgot she's a Cardinals fan. Katie, yeah, this probably isn't for you, but still, go check out the Ivy Boys. These guys are awesome and amazing, and the podcast that they put out today, there's a really interesting take that they they talk about regarding just the lack of moves and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a really good angle that I really truly hadn't thought of. So yeah, so if you are a Cubs fan and if you're a little bit upset with why we haven't done so many moves this offseason, definitely check them out, man. Get their opinion on that. Um, but yeah, so they came out with a new podcast, and that's pretty awesome and exciting, dude. We had a blast when Briz was on.
True that. And being the sports fan on the show, I totally did listen to it. So no, I did listen to the show. They had a lot of it was really a lot of cool insight, like really looking into the season for like how the Cubs are yeah, basically going to be now, and even just insight into like what happened in the off season.
Yep.
So no, it was
Yep.
pretty cool.
It's and for me personally, I enjoy listening to them. So just to kind of have them back on and sort of know that baseball is kind of starting to come back to you, man. Like, dude, that I'm so happy for that. Like, this off season for baseball has been so long and dragged out, and it's just completely boring, man. Like, it's just like you got teams that are back in camp, and like, so one dude signs, record contract, which other dude that's waiting is going to sign a
Mm-hmm.
contract that beats him, and so basically we waited, all year. It feels like, for them to break into camp and figure out where these guys are going to play. I mean, it's boring. I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy they're in camp. I'm happy. We'll be able to see some games soon. Even though not necessarily all the whole team will be out. This, still baseball is coming back on. So man, dude, that's exciting. Just dude, I'm so tired of the snow. But anyways,
No, I know, right? Yeah. Is it snowing again
gosh,
right now, or?
dude, I don't think so. I mean, but it seems like I don't know, dude. It's just I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, it's just been nonstop since, man, I don't know, the beginning of winter, really.
I know it's terrible, but so also talking about along the lines of Chipper and Briz, um, I did talk to Chipper today, and he's extremely interested on getting on the podcast, but the coolest part about it is that he doesn't want to talk Cubs baseball.
No, I did kind of hear that during the episode too, when they were kind of talking. I don't remember if it was the final thoughts or like before the final thoughts is
Mm-hmm.
when I was kind of funny. Like I found it kind of funny that it's like basically his and Briz relationship when it comes to Oak Island is basically how like yours and my relationship is when it comes to Oak Island. Like, cause she's like, I had never even heard of this thing. And he's like, let me tell you. He's
Bro,
so
my God, dude. Yeah, that's totally me and you actually. Um, I gotta say, you were talking about your Tuesday. Let me tell you about my Tuesday. So, was super excited for Oak Island. Um, everything that I seen, I swear, the week before, pretty much had led me to, the belief that it was going to be a brand new episode, and the 7 o'clock episode is usually like a repeat with like the pop-up bubbles that give you like the extra information and stuff. So you're like, oh yeah,
yeah.
that's so cool, neat, this is neat and whatever. And so that one wasn't on. Like it was a new episode, but it was like a recap of everything that had just happened. They're like, we're in the middle of the season, so let's look in, let's
Oh,
revisit and blah blah blah, this and that. So
it
I
was
mean,
that part of
cool.
the season, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it was kind of interesting, and like so. Uh, I just like, yeah, all right, it's kind of neat. We're not watching the same one. It's the recap. All right, neat, awesome. And then so like I'm ready for the 8 o'clock one because that's when like the brand new one comes on. And so I'm totally once again expecting like brand new episode. And I mean, it is a new episode, but like it was like Ghost Hunters on Oak Island, and it was
Oh,
like it was like trying to find information about the actual curse of Oak Island, and like I mean, it was parts of it were just kind of, yeah, that's kind of neat, but a lot of it was just like, oh my God, this is horrible. Like I mean, I totally, like I said, I'm a huge fan, but It was just like I don't think I finished it actually. I think I I don't remember. I don't. Yeah, so I know I didn't finish it. Actually, I know it was like right towards the end. But like it was just too much to stomach, dude. I was just like, like this is. I'm good. And actually, you know what? I was asleep like before 9:30 last night. Like it was amazing. It was like,
Really?
yeah. So Tuesday is like typically. So I with all the different side projects and stuff I work on. I have a really cool app that I can spread everything out and sort of see where what
Yeah.
kind of stage every project's at and stuff. And so like Tuesday, Tuesday Tuesday's the day that I schedule off. Like it's nothing's gonna happen on Tuesday because it's Oak Island night. That's really what it comes down to. Like I'll eat dinner and um, you know get ready and have something on at 7 o'clock and watch the last week's episode, whatever, and yeah, do that. That's kind of basically that's my Tuesday night.
No, I understand. Like,
Straight up
no,
over,
my
and then yeah. So and then if I'm lucky enough, then that's it. Like I'm going to bed. Like I mean, it's usually with depending on what night it is and what state of state a project is in. There's times where I'll on average I'm usually probably have everything shut down by like 10:30, whatever. But there's some nights pull on some long ones where I'm staying up until 11:30, 12, 1, whatever. I mean, it's got to get done. So just, power through it, man. And
yeah.
sometimes I'm in a place where like I'm just like it's going so good that I can't stop, man. I just got to just get it all out and get it done. so um so yeah, so Tuesday night was an amazing night for me because I was in bed at 9 o'clock, and apparently I was definitely passed out by like 9:30 because Chipper actually had texted me like 3 times last night, and I didn't see him until like 5 this morning. So
Oh, geez. No, yeah, actually, I turned in pretty early last night too after writing group. Like, no, basically, did writing group, and then I was gonna be running to like the store afterwards, and it's like I'll just do that today. So that was my lunch was basically running the like the tour of the two towns. Like, was over by the like every so every time I've went to the one town's post office, it's always hopping. It's like basically like that town is like their post office is just as busy as like the McDonald's. Like there's always a line. It's always insane. And so then I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna hop over to the other one because it was like right across the bridge. So then just hopped over to that post office, and sure enough, I was like the only one in there except for the workers. So I'm like, oh, like that's kind of nice, and they had to send out a package, and then yeah, after that, basically headed all the way to the other side of the other town for Walmart, man, and then had to pick up some stuff there. So yeah, it was like that was definitely one of those ones where I was like, okay, I was like, this is a little of an extended lunch. It's like, but it's like just the travel. And also did try the was it those KFC's chicken littles? Like the man again, we're not endorsed by KFC. Like that was one I would totally go for though, because those Nashville hots, like those sandwiches, like sliders, man, they're delicious. So,
dude, hey, there's nothing wrong with that at all whatsoever. No shame in that.
no, for sure.
So
But
yeah, man, all good.
sending you a
So
message.
yep, all good. So yeah, so we got an upcoming segment that we're pretty excited about. This was basically the whole reason, the whole concept of ultimately what is happening right now. It is the idea of talking, pop culture, talking things that sort of mattered a lot to us as kids and stuff, and like we have people that don't know what we're talking about basically.
This,
um
yeah, we really, and again, like I don't know if we've ever really covered like the whole like origin story, but basically we had asked some of the younger crowd, like I mean we're what like mid upper 30s, so I
Right.
mean yeah we were asking some of the younger ones basically if they had seen like the Princess Bride because like I had cracked a joke from it, and of course like no one who was like under 30 laughed, and I'm like really, I was like, have you guys not seen the Princess Bride? It's like no. And so on began the quest of finding movies that they had seen, and then that legit was the idea that we had. So
Right.
yeah, so now here
And
we are. We're
that idea also was backed up when so I was talking about Keanu Reeves about something. I can't remember what exactly what movie it was because I have like I think we were sort of discussing the Reeves theory conspiracy that he's immortal, but also
I did.
that conversation turned into like greatest like character. So I was like Neo, yeah, of course, but Johnny Utah was awesome, and
Mhm.
and Theodore, shoot, I can't remember what his last name was, Esquire, um, and Bill and Ted's
Oh,
Excellent Adventure.
oh, there you go. Theodore Logan Esquire was it?
There
I
it
think.
was. That was it.
I
I
think
think
that's
that's it. Yep. And so he was like Bill and Ted. I was like, yeah, they're making a sequel. They're supposedly filming it. You know, the next one. You know, that's coming out. They're like,
Oh,
what Bill and Ted? And I was like,
I
oh my
forgot
god,
about
like,
that.
dude,
Yeah,
come on.
30 years later. Bill and Ted
Yeah,
3. 30 years later. They are now,
so
like,
excited for
yeah,
that.
they're now older and they have not saved the world. At least that was the idea that we've heard behind this idea. Yeah, it's like, yeah, how was it? Like, they're going to be like 40 or something like that. And it's like they haven't saved the world yet. It's like, so what went wrong? So, man, I'm excited. Let me tell you. Like, okay. Anyways, sorry.
All good. So yeah, so we are doing the segment. I don't know if we officially have an actual title for the segment, but today, for this particular podcast, we have one of our friends from work. When we were kind of discussing this and stuff, I think actually she was with us when we definitely. I know immediately. I think when we sort of talked about, it, we're like, oh my god, Bree would be perfect for this. So we
Yep.
have our friend Bree on the podcast. Bree, are you there?
Hey, can you hear me?
All
Yep.
good. You can
We got you
totally
loud
hear
and
you.
clear.
What's up, guys? I'm super excited.
So
So
then
yeah, man.
Bree is one of our coworkers. She works in one of the departments that's like right next to us, and really it was like she used to be part of the department, and it kind of got split, but we still work super close with them. Man, Bree, do you have like a 60-second introduction, like a elevator pitch that you want to give, or?
I don't have any elevator pitch. I just know that I'm super excited. Like when Vince came up to me and told me about the movie idea, I was like, oh my God, it has to be me. Let it be me. Let me be the one to watch them because I don't know anything you're talking about.
Well, that's what we're here for. We are here to make dreams come true, right? I mean,
Sure.
no, but
All good.
no. So I guess Bree, what are some of the like interests that you have? Like some of the stuff that kind of drives you.
Ooh, what drives me? I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like this is like an interview question.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to.
I don't
No,
know.
but
I don't really do much. I feel like, I mean, I wake up super early. I go to the gym and I go to work and I come home and then I feel like an old lady. Like at 24, I shouldn't feel like that.
I.
Well,
Halo takes it away from me.
I would say definitely the fact that you're dedicated to the gym, that definitely probably drives you for sure. And like you have more drive for in that, just going to the gym and having the willpower to do that, because that's something that I definitely totally lack. And I like that's pretty awesome to be able to have that dedication to do that, because yeah, some people totally lack that.
Oh, I know. It's not easy, but I try.
So Bree, so you do have like Netflix and Hulu and Prime and stuff. Like, what kind of streaming? Like, what do you watch your movies and stuff off of?
Normally I have Netflix, but I think my roommate has Hulu if that's what we're going off of. Because I think Vince sent me a list of movies, but I think he tried to stick to Netflix.
No, we did have a list of movies here, and it's actually based on like Netflix and Hulu. Basically, looking at the best of the what do you call it? Like the well, not best of maybe, but like a hit list of the '80s.
Oh God.
Which I mean, since we have been talking about it, I mean, I guess we would start something with like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, because that is on Hulu, and
Yeah, you talked about that one.
it is from
I've never seen it.
1989. So
So the awesome. Okay, so I don't want to really give you a whole lot of like. I know we did sort of talk about it and stuff, and like that if you, we may have sort of gave you a little bit of spoiler information. However, like some of the stuff that you will see in the movie, like for me, that was like it was basically like growing up. That was like sort of like it just the way how the movie sort of flows and stuff, and like just the way how they act and the pop culture and the stuff, like the clothes and stuff that they wear, the way how they talk and everything, like man,
yeah.
like that like as it, I'm just really curious what your take on that is going to be, because like for me at that time it was like that was it, man. Like I'm talking
There
like
was,
I mean I definitely had like the boombox radio and stuff, and like like Ted was like my hero. I was a huge Keanu Reeves fan, I guess, even before I even really knew it. But like the way how Ted act was pretty much me, like playing the air guitar, acting like I was in Wild Stallions and stuff, and like yeah. So
oh my
so I
god.
guess you can, when you watch that, you'll have to like I guess be like, oh wow, so Bob, okay.
I'm gonna picture you, Bob, jamming out to that air guitar.
There you go.
Oh man, especially to that extreme too. That yeah. It's of course. I mean, being like the movie it is, it's like of course they exaggerate this stuff, So man, they definitely have the whole like surfer kind of like California like, and it's the thing. It's like that's not like entirely sure if that's California, like, or is that just a
Right.
perception of what we felt with California, you know?
That's very
So,
true. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to rewatch it as well too. So and
oh,
Bree. So like
yeah,
I'm hoping that like that Bill and Ted's goes really well, because even just based off of Bill and Ted, there's like totally other different ways that we could go as well too. Like you have kind of like that like high school genre. So like there are some pretty really like classic, like cult classic, like high school comedy drama, like how it would have been whatever about around that time. Or
Hmm.
if you are digging Keanu, like on which, like, to me, Keanu Reeves is like the greatest actor of all time. But there's like a couple different movies I think I have in mind too that would be great for you to go as well. So I'm
oh
really
man,
excited about this.
if
I'm
we're
excited.
if we're just following one actor, dude, like
Yeah.
I've already pitched my actor idea, and I mean
Yep.
I don't know if you remember this or not, so I don't know if I want to ruin it or like spoil it, you know.
we'll
Pretty
put
epic
a
there,
pin in it.
because that one right there. I was like, as soon as we finish like this series of like '80s movies, I was like, we
Oh
have
man.
to go to the specific actor,
Yep.
and it is going to be one of the most epic things that I have ever done. I feel, but
Awesome. Well, cool. So Bree, so I guess your assignment is is you're going to have to find some time to watch Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And once you get through watching it, get back to us, and we will bring you back on the podcast, and you can definitely let us know and let everybody else know what you truly thought of it. and,
Sweet, I'm super excited.
and hopefully we didn't sway your opinion too much, and I hope we didn't really spoil a whole lot. I mean, there's a lot of really cool stuff that is going to happen that we didn't discuss. So well, those
Oh God, yeah.
those will be really really cool. Those will be super cool. But
it's hard to even hold back any of the stuff that we
seriously, I
It's
totally want to like give hints, but like at the same time, like how do you give away those hints? You know, that would
you
totally ruin
can't. Yeah, you just have to kind of embrace it. Just kind of watch it and enjoy
Absolutely.
it as is, and yeah, that's the big thing right there.
So yeah, so definitely get a chance when you get a chance to watch that. Give us a shout, let us know, and then we will definitely schedule a time for you to come back on. And like I said, it'd be great to hear what your opinion is about that.
For sure, guys. I'm super excited.
Oh, do you? So I guess do you watch a lot of movies too, Bree, or no?
Not really. I tend to get into these like into the Netflix like TV series that are super long and I never finish them.
Oh, okay.
So I don't really watch a lot of movies, but hopefully maybe this will make me watch movies.
There you go. I mean, it's just, and really all it is just kind of sharing, like, I don't know, the stuff that we kind of like really grew up with, which, oh man, did, I know that one of the TV series, like one of the streaming services had like, was it dinosaurs on it? Like, if you remember
No.
that show?
Oh my God,
Yeah.
seriously. Wait, I thought I seen that on, I think that's on Netflix right now, I think.
Okay, that one was on Netflix. Okay, because
I think
that
so.
was one. That was one from like I think it's the '90s, and it was a really short run one too, like a TV show. And we tried to get Micah to like get into it and watch it, and he did not like. So Bree, for 4-year-olds, dinosaurs. I do not recommend that show. Like, just does not hold the attention span. That's yeah.
It's so funny too to think of like how like how that show like was so hot just off of that catchphrase from the baby dinosaur, and then like that was it. Like it was literally, I think like well, how long was it run for? I think it could have been more than two
Oh
seasons. I
man.
think, if that.
Yeah,
There's no way.
it might have been like 2 seasons on the air and then like three maybe like after it was like canceled probably like in the third, I think. Well,
Yeah.
no, because it did have an ending. I remember that. Do you remember it or no?
I don't remember the ending at all.
Okay, so spoiler alert from like a show in the '90s. You know, it's one of those ones that goes down as like the most depressing like closings for an episode.
Oh my God.
Basically, I wish I was like like lying, but no, this is totally true. Totally true story. Let me tell you. Uh, the end of the
Oh my
series
God.
is the asteroid hits and kills all the dinosaurs.
Oh my God. No.
That's so
Yes.
bad.
Yep.
Oh my God.
That was legit the end of the series.
No
Like,
way. Dude, there's no
what?
way. There's no way.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yeah. You have to Google that one because that, yeah,
Oh my God.
one of the most
Oh,
depressing. I'm like, I can't even think of anything that's like even that terrible. Like,
I am Googling it right now. There's no way. There's no way. Dinosaurs, the TV series.
yeah,
And okay, let me see.
I know. I don't know, dude. I don't know. The '90s was a different time. Let me tell you. The '80s and '90s, there's stuff that you could get away with then that you couldn't get away with now.
So I'm pulling this up, and I'm just gonna kind of proof it really quick before I read it. Um, so yeah, so this article definitely is the TV series that we are discussing.
Yep.
Uh, Wow.
Fun.
Okay, so here we go. So the series finale, Changing Nature, aired on July 20th, 1994, and the episode began with the Sinclair family gathered at a picnic awaiting the annual return of a bunch of beetles. The beetles, much to the disappointment of the family, never show. We learn in a bit of foreshadowing that the reason the beetles never returned was because they had been eradicated after the dinosaurs had irresponsibly built a plastic fruit factory over their swamp breeding ground. The beetles played an important role in the ecosystem by feeding on a type of climbing vine. So without the beetles, the vines began growing out of control. And so we keep going, and it's showing vines growing like crazy. And they start talking about and execute a plan to drop bombs into the planet's volcanoes. um, and in the final scene, the family is gathered together inside their home trying to keep warm. Realizing that the world is coming to an end, Earl apologizes to his family and admits that he shouldn't have taken nature for granted. In a touching moment, the Sinclair family accept their fate and promise to stick together until the end. The
Yep.
final line of the episode is delivered by Howard, basically the Walter Cronkite of the dinosaurs, eerily saying goodnight, goodbye. That is extremely
Yep.
troubling. Oh my god.
I know,
Wow.
right? Like, how do you end a series on that? That's just like,
Oh my god. Yeah, that's so. So Vince knows this, and now you do. I think you know where I'm going to, and I can't believe that I'm admitting this and saying this on the podcast. So so yeah. So when I think of the dinosaurs, I think of the Muppets, and
yep.
when I think of the Muppets, I think of the most terrorizing thing that I ever have seen in my whole entire life. And I distinctly remember it. I was 3 years old, and MTV had kind of sort of just come out, and my parents had MTV, and I remember music videos being on. But the Genesis music video, "This Is the World We Live In," it's a video of just Muppets and it's people, and it freaks me out. Like even thinking about it like freaks me out. And like basically there's a part where like Ronald Reagan is like, they're showing Ronald Reagan in the White House, and he's just like oh dude, it's just so creepy thinking about it. And he hits the button and the world explodes, dude. That traumatized me forever. and, and
Yeah.
and the worst one out of all of them to me, like I said, I can't believe I'm saying this on the podcast. It's for everybody's entertainment, so you guys are welcome. Is the Swedish Chef, dude? How he's got human hands? He's got human hands, and he doesn't really. He just speaks gibberish. Like it seriously freaks me out. Like oh my god, I'm getting chills thinking about it. All right, I'm
Actually,
done.
I kind of joked with my
Ugh.
son talking like that too, because one of the videos that he watched on YouTube, like they had like one of those ones where it's like gummy versus real food, and the guy was acting like basically like talking like the Swedish Chef. And so like I start talking to
Ugh.
him like that, and like he's always like, "Dad, stop," but I don't know, like. Uh, Man, I
So
didn't know you were gonna reveal that, man.
yeah,
I was like that was one of those things I'm just keeping in my back pocket. It's like in case I ever need to.
yeah,
But
yeah.
not on the
That
podcast. That was off the table on the podcast. That might have been on your
yeah.
desktop, but not on the podcast.
It was on my desktop one time. Thanks, Vince. The one time
I
that
did
I didn't
not.
lock my screen when I left work. Come back the next
That was
day
the
and there's
clowns. That was the clowns on the bicycles. That was, and they were kind of cheery. Like I was trying to at least do something happy. Not.
yeah. If there's ever a day where the Swedish Chef is on my desktop at work, I'm might die of a heart attack right then and there. Just right there and there. Just
So
take,
so we're not gonna be reviewing the was it Happy Time Murders, I think, is the movie. Like, have you seen the ads for that at all or no?
no.
No, it's Melissa McCarthy. She's like a detective, but she's also like her partner is like a what was it, like a Muppet. Like it's one of
No,
like
no. I'm good.
yeah.
I'm good.
It's
I'm good. No, thank you. That's cool. I'll take you guys' word for it. Bree, you can totally sit in on that one for me. When he's ready to discuss that, by all means, that is you.
I'll spoil that one for you.
All good.
if you can watch the trailer, like it's supposed to be
Mm.
like the Team America, but with like Muppets and humans. Like I don't know, it's supposed to be pretty bad. Like even the trailer, it's like wow, it's like you really are showing this right now on a trailer, and it wasn't even like the was it the Red Band one either. Like it was just on the normal trailers. Like there's one scene where it's like as soon as you see it, you're gonna be like, oh my god, really?
Nope, I don't. I don't know. As long as if it's like under a minute, maybe. If you could find me a trailer where it sort of zooms by like some Muppets or whatever they are. I mean, I might be able to. Ugh,
Okay,
I'm
I know it'll be
freaking out.
yeah. No, it's okay. All right. We're leaving the topic of these.
I'm here like my leg is shaking. Like
Bob's getting nervous.
my
Yeah.
anxiety's high. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat.
See now this is the questions that we're going to be asked too from like the audience.
I know,
They're going to
right?
be like, "Where are all the would you rather's?" And
Mm.
possible with that too.
It's funny when so when I watch Impractical Jokers and I see Sal like have such a big fear and phobia of cats, and like he could be just like chained up or something like with cats. Like I'm thinking about it. Like if there was ever something where like if I was in a punishment and like I was chained up and like even if there was just like a Muppet like or just like sitting in if it was just like one sitting in the room like with me, I think I would freak out. Honestly, yeah, I know I would. Oh man, no, I'm freaking out already.
Okay, so anyway, while we're talking about fears, like I don't really think I have anything that's like that like terrorizing to
Oh,
me. Like I I don't know. I guess I kind of a lot of the stuff is just jump scares really for me. Like I mean like seeing like spiders, seeing bugs, like stuff like that, like it doesn't like just completely like debilitate me. Be like, nope, can't do this. Like a lot of it's just like just kind of like takes my breath away, and it's like okay, it's like now I gotta deal with it. Like yeah, I guess I used to really be scared of the dark, but kind of just forcing myself through like the dark has kind of done that on its own. So no, I can't really think of anything that I'm like really afraid of. I don't know. How about you, Bree?
Oh my gosh, I was nervous you were going to ask me this. Okay, so scary story. When I was in third grade, I watched the movie The Ring.
Mhm.
I have never been so scared in my life, you guys. I thought she was coming out of my TV to get me. It was so bad. And it got so bad to the point where my dad sat me in front of the TV and he made me watch her come out of that well on repeat until I wasn't scared anymore.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That
The
sounds like
worst
it's more
punishment in the
traumatizing.
world. No, I finally got over it, but that was the worst thing ever. He made me watch it on repeat and I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not scared anymore.
Oh, jeez.
uh,
So,
man.
okay, funny story about the ring, Bob. I think you've heard of I've told you this one, but I've really only seen it like in its entirety like 3 times. And the first time was at the movie theater, and I think I was actually with my dad too. And that was when it first came out. And then the second time, it had actually come out on DVD. So it's like we went over to Blockbuster, or I guess VHS, whatever. Like, so we went to Blockbuster and rented it, and then me and my brother watched it up in my room. Well, sure enough, as soon as like that was it the lead actress like puts the video in and then like watches that movie and you see on the screen, the movie that she sees, as soon as the video ended and the phone rang in the room, like my phone in my room rang. And it's like me and my brother kind of just like look at each other And he's like, "That's not my phone." He's like, "I'm not answering it." I'm like, serious. So I answered. I was like, "Hello," and I think it was like my aunt, and I'm like, "Geez," I'm like, "This is," I was like, "What are the chances?" And then, sure enough, I watched it one more time when what was it? I had gone to my girlfriend at the time, her prom, and we all met at like one of her friends' house afterwards. Well, and they had the ring on, and sure enough, it was right around that scene where it's like she pops the tape in, like, and like the video plays, and then as soon as the phone rang on that video, like my cell phone rang, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, no, I was like, this is not possible. Like, answer it, and it was my same aunt again too, and like at
Oh
that
my
point,
god!
I don't know how you have this timing, but it's like, please do not call me ever again. Like, that
Well, obviously you just don't watch The Ring, and then she doesn't call. Is what happens.
I
Right.
haven't watched The Ring 2 yet either, so I mean,
Have you
that's one of
talked to
those
your
things.
aunt recently?
Have I what?
Have you talked to
Oh
your aunt recently?
no, I really haven't.
You you probably need to pop on The Ring then, and I bet you she calls.
She'll call.
Just calls out of nowhere. It's like, seriously, what are you doing?
That would be so great. Please, just the next time when The Ring is on, you got to watch it and just see if your aunt calls. That'd be amazing, dude. God.
Well, like I said, I haven't seen The Ring 2, so maybe
Yep.
that'll be, I'll go ahead and like just pop that on like Hulu, Netflix, or whatever. And as soon as that tape plays, maybe she will give me a call again. And I'll be like, how do you do?
Oh my god, that's great. That's great stuff. So yeah, it is February 20th. It is Wednesday, the day after Oak Island Day, 2019. So yeah, you guys, I think I may be sort of out of topics unless anybody else has anything.
No,
I don't think so.
I'm feeling good. Man, my final thoughts for this one here. We survived the anniversary. Nothing
Yep.
happened.
Well, the anniversary.
So.
Yes, that's correct. Unscathed. although I did, I showed you. I did get subpoenaed today. Apparently,
I know. I saw that. I don't know. Like,
did
we'll
you
have to
get
see what that's
subpoenaed?
all about.
Did you get subpoenaed yet? No.
No subpoenas
No.
yet from was it Forca.com or something? I don't know.
Yes.
Don't
I don't
remember
know
what it
those.
was.
All right. Don't even
No,
remember what it was.
so we survived. Man, just no, I'm happy and thankful. Like I'm actually super happy that we are expanding this, like starting to get people on and kind of even seeing the what we were kind of like originally were talking about, like actually seeing this happen. Like I'm super excited to see what you think of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure there, Bree. I'm super excited to share my experiences with it too. So,
For sure.
yep. How about Bree? Got any final thoughts here?
I don't. I'm just super excited. It makes me want to watch this movie. You guys keep hyping it up.
That's awesome. I
Weighing
hope
my
it's
decision.
yeah. I hope it's not terrible. I hope you do not like it because that could be possible too. No, honestly, I think it's pretty good. But yeah, no. So definitely out to everybody that's been listening and supporting us. We definitely appreciate you guys listening. Final thoughts for me personally. Yeah, I just once again, I'm happy to record again and get this out to you guys. And yeah, we appreciate you guys listening. And once again, man, I cannot wait to hear the edited version of this and hear the outro song. Thank you to Josiah with Settling Houses. Check them out. They're also on Spotify too. Speaking of Spotify, You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on Google Play. You can find us at beyondthecubepodcast.com. We're all over the place on social media, right, Vince?
Find us on the YouTube. That's a new one too. The new episodes are being uploaded there, and I don't know. I've been playing with some ideas. Like I know that since we've been doing the Biggest Loser competition for our department, Like I've still been toying with the idea of putting up some kind of vlogs about that too, just see how that goes. So
Very cool. Very cool.
yeah.
So yeah, man. So yeah, once again, we appreciate everybody listening. Bree, once again, thank you so much for coming on. Can't wait to
Thank you.
have you back on and
Yes.
hear what your response is to Bill and Ted. So yeah, once again, everybody, we appreciate you listening. Can't wait to hear the outro. Craig, go ahead and get out of here.
See you guys.
Okay, ready. What a time to be alive. I'm not kidding. It's the best in A1